Hello to all near and far. This is Laura Brocklehurst with Brock11, and today we're going to talk about the magic of thinking big. I finished a book called The Magic of Thinking Big by David J. Schwartz, and it inspired me to come on here and talk a little bit about some of the takeaways from that book and some of the benefits that you will reap by thinking big. So I had 5 takeaways from that book that I want to share with you today. But before we do that, I want to talk a little bit about how oftentimes people will feel like they're not living up to their full potential, or that they feel like they've reached a dead end in their career. I've talked to a lot of people that feel that way. They're ready to take the next step. They don't know how to go about doing it. And quite frankly, fear gets in the way, or even in their personal life. It's not uncommon to feel this way, but the good news is you have the power to change that situation. The key is to adopt the magic of big thinking. Thinking big it's a mindset, and it allows you to see beyond your current circumstances and to envision a bigger and better future for yourself. It's about setting audacious goals, not just goals, audacious goals, and believing in your ability to achieve them. The magic of thinking big lies in the fact that it can transform your life in countless ways. So let's talk about these 5 takeaways that I had from this book. The first one is that priorities are never in conflict. We will make time for what we want to do. Priorities are never in conflict. So, one of the biggest misconceptions about thinking big is that it requires you to prioritize certain aspects of your life over others. However, the reality is priorities are never in conflict. You can have a successful career, you can have a fulfilling personal life, and you can pursue your passions all at the same time. It's all about managing your time effectively and setting realistic goals. The second takeaway from this book is successful people don't make excuses. Successful people don't make excuses. The most successful people in the world, they don't make excuses. They accommodate the challenge. They understand that challenges they're an inevitable part of life. They use these as opportunities to learn and to grow. And when you adopt a big thinking mindset, you're no longer limited by your circumstances. You become the master of your fate, and you are in control of your destiny. The third takeaway, and this one I thought was so cool, is no matter where you are or who you are, you can have a big life. And what does that mean? What does having a big life mean? I think that the definition of that is going to differ by person. It's about what resonates with you, what's important to you, and how do you define that. So, one of the most beautiful things about the magic of thinking big is that it's accessible to anyone. It's all about your mindset. No matter where you are, who you are, you can have a big life. You define what that means for you. And it's important to take on things that look bigger than what you can handle. We were built to do hard things. Always remember that. So take on things that are bigger than what you think you can handle. When you step outside of your comfort zone, you allow yourself to grow and expand your horizons. Now, I will tell you, I don't encourage you to take on things that are bigger than what you think you can handle if you are not going to give it all you got. That is the recipe for success. You have to go after it and really want to achieve that goal. The fourth takeaway is that people see in you what you see in yourself. If you are not confident, or if you see yourself as not good enough, or you don't think you can get that job, people see that in you. So your mindset is a powerful thing, and people see in you what you see in yourself. When you adopt a big thinking mindset, you radiate positivity, you radiate confidence, and people are naturally going to be drawn to you. You become a magnet for success. And trust me, when that happens, opportunities come your way that you never ever thought would come your way. So you have to learn to see what you can be, not just what exists today. So the magic of thinking big is all about seeing the bigger picture. It's about learning to see what you can be, not just what exists. When you adopt this mindset, you start to think outside of the box, and you become more creative, you become more innovative, and you start to see opportunities where other people see obstacles. And then the last takeaway, and probably the most powerful one, is that action cures fear. And I'm going to repeat that. Action cures fear. One of the biggest obstacles to thinking big is the fear of failure. And it's very natural to fear failure, to fear rejection, or the fear of the unknown. What if I get that job and I'm over my skis? What if I don't succeed? However, the truth is that action towards those goals will cure those fears. When you take action towards your goal, you're going to build momentum, and your fear, it loses grip of you. And the more you take action, the more confident and empowered you will become. So in conclusion, the magic of thinking big is a mindset that you can transform your life. You can transform your life in countless ways. It's about setting audacious goals, believing in your ability to achieve them. When you adopt this mindset, you become the master of your fate. You're in control of your destiny. So embrace the bigger picture, step outside of your comfort zone, and start living your best life today. After hearing this, I've got some takeaways and some follow-ups that I'd like you to do. They're easy. It's going to start with one goal. So the first thing I want you to do is identify one big goal. Think about what you want to achieve. Is it a personal achievement? Is it professional? Think about what that goal is, that thing you've been putting off, but it's something you really want to, a goal you want to hit. So identify what that is. Be audacious. Do not limit yourself. Number two, I want you to break that goal down into smaller goals that are achievable. Because one of the things that human nature can do is we think of the goal as one big goal, and we only see the end, and we don't see all the steps that we have to take in between. So break that down into smaller, achievable steps. This makes it less overwhelming and much more manageable and much more rewarding. Number three, create a timeline. Um, Action cures fear, right? So create a timeline. When do you want to achieve these small steps? This is going to help you stay on track, and it's going to hold you accountable. Number four, take action. So start taking action towards those goals. And you're going to need to articulate, whether that's writing it down, recording yourself saying it, what those steps are, so that you can take action towards them. And the last thing is, don't forget to celebrate your successes, no matter how small they might be or how big they might be. Any milestone that you hit towards your goal is worth celebrating. That's going to help you stay motivated, and it's going to inspire you, and it's going to help the people around you buy into your goal, because they're going to see your enthusiasm and your excitement about it. Be creative when you're thinking about your plan. So you're thinking about taking this first step towards living your best life. And remember that no matter where you are or who you are, you can have a big life. Embrace the bigger picture and start working towards your goals today. I appreciate you spending some time with me today. Until next time, be well and think big. If you prefer to read this in a blog post, you'll find it in the message below, a link to the Brock11 blog post. Take care.